Hello there, Tara. Welcome to your first essay correction. My name's Andrew. I work at IELTSpodcast.com here with Ben and the others. What we do is read through your essays for the first time. So I open them on the screen, read through the entire thing, and when something catches my eye, I'll give you some advice, some tips, or some support to improve it. Now, don't worry too much if we get lots of corrections in the first one, because it is your first essay, although I have to say it already looks great. So let's have a quick read, shall we? Performing activities on a regular basis, so this here I would change to just a regular basis, can result in a very impressive development in children, or can significantly contribute to the development of children. I believe that games can sometimes, with an S, have a positive impact on children over reading alone. So there we go. I believe that playing video games or engaging with games can sometimes have a positive impact on children over reading alone, or have a better impact on children than reading alone. This essay will discuss the benefits of playing games with children using some useful examples and arguments. I say relevant examples and arguments. Firstly, playing games can be both entertaining as well as educational. Cool, nice and general. This is because it helps to improve both motor and creative skills, and also activates the brain cells that result, I would say, instead, and also stimulates the brain to increase sharpness of thinking or clarity of thinking and improve concentration. For instance, puzzles are considered, with an ED on the end, puzzles are considered as a indefinite article, a learning tool for children, as recent studies show that children who play puzzles are more active and have more prominent cognitive skills when compared with those who only read books. Try not to use just in academic essays. It's just a little bit too informal. There are some words that we just don't use in academia, and I will cover them shortly as we go through. Therefore, doing activities that are enjoyable or that are engaging can boost brain power and skills. I keep introducing the word can because we don't want to speak with too much certainty here. We need to make sure that we're saying that it has the potential to. It could, it can. Secondly, reading alone may put children... Oh, I'm a little confused. Do you mean may inspire children to explore and develop lifelong skills? Due to the fact that physical activities, especially sports, so we've started by introducing an idea based on reading, and then we've gone into physical activities. So this paragraph is now conflated. It has too many ideas. Every paragraph needs to have only one idea. Introduce the idea, expand it, support it, and explain it. But you don't need to put more than one idea in the paragraph. Take, for example, playing football improves strength and endurance in players. The American Sports Center published their annual report and said that students who participate in sports are more healthy physically as well as mentally, and also active in academic curriculum. I would say perform well. They also perform well in academia. So all you need to do is change this C to an A and you have the word academia, and that just means in academic situations. So in academia. Consequently, putting it all together, this is a torrent of informal statements. Consequently is a great word. I love the word consequently. But then we don't need to also say putting it all together. We just need to make sure that people realise that's what we're doing. So consequently, taking up sports and reading can be considered valuable, or a valuable combination. I would stay away from saying a winning combination, because that's a colloquial phrase. Nobody is trying to win with reading or sport in an academic essay. We need to be more objective, distance ourselves slightly. To recapitulate from the examples and arguments given, I firmly agree that doing activities with children provides a significant impact on children's personality. Cool, but what is the impact? More specific, we need to make sure that we expand. Any time that someone could say, yes, but what's that? We should have already said it. The good news is, though, your paragraphs are structured quite well. But what I would do is listen to the times when I corrected an article, preposition, or pronoun. All those little words, to, the, they carry all of the syntax and the context of your writing. So it's very, very important that they are accurate. Not to mention that if you want to score over a level 7, that's when it becomes just about reducing your errors to as few as possible. We just need to make sure that there are very few errors, really. And then we can start thinking about getting closer to the 8 level instead of the 7. So here's your second task 2. It's about communication between family members recently. So do you agree or disagree? Let's have a see. It is certainly true that lifestyles, that's all one word, lifestyles have changed. No need for has been. Lifestyles have changed in the last few decades. And here, we never start sentences with conjunctions. And or but do not belong at the start of a sentence, they only go in the middle. So you only need to write, I believe that no one has enough time to spend with other families nowadays. Again, that is all one word. This essay will discuss the various reasons with some examples that cause the main barriers. Examples that cause the main barriers. So no plural there, but a plural there. Between members of the family. So we have various reasons, some examples, main barrier, each other. There are too many different directions in this sentence. I would either break that up into 2 or simplify it. Firstly, technology is getting more advanced day by day, and it is increasingly integrated into diverse aspects of family life. Good. This is because people spend most of their time on computers or browsing the internet instead of sitting with their family. Therefore, new technologies like smartphones and tablets, etc. I don't like this, by the way. If there is something to tell us what it is. There's no need to say, there's something else in this list that I'm not going to tell you. It's not accurate. Causes people to prefer to spend their time playing with them or surfing on the internet. But we've already said this. So now we're at repetition. We try very hard not to repeat ourselves during essays. We want to make sure that everything is said once, because our readers know what they're doing. So repetition is bad, but so let's have a see. Secondly, today people want to raise their standards of living. Standard of living is a phrase. So today people want to raise their standard of living and earn more money. As a result, they must work hard and for long hours. For example, family members, especially parents, so a comma there, and a comma there. Family members, especially parents, go for a job. That's not quite correct. So go to work or remain in work until late and sometimes even on weekends. Consequently, due to tighter schedules, so we want to refer to the fact that now it is tighter than before, so due to tighter schedules, they do not have enough free time to spend with their family. Cool. Tighter scheduling, tighter schedules, but this paragraph needs to be expanded. What I think you should have done is stuck to just 2 ideas. Paragraph 1, communication is less. Paragraph 2, communication is not less, and or whichever. But I would always stick to doing 2 paragraphs in these. It makes it much easier, because what's happened now is each of your paragraphs is not quite developed as fully as it should be, and so we have 3 underdeveloped ideas. So in your next one, try your best to stick to 2 ideas, an intro and a conclusion, and 2 body paragraphs. That would be good enough. Finally, modernism is getting an important place is taking an important place, or modernism. See, I'm not sure what you mean by modernism, because modernity, or modernism, as identified by the Danish philosopher Søren Kierkegaard, was the prevalence of nihilism in the general population, the loss of hope. So I don't think that's what you're talking about. I think maybe you're just talking about advancements to technology, which we've already said here. So again, we're back to repetition. So social gatherings, this is bonfire, not bonefire. A bonfire is a terrifying prospect. A bonfire is a celebratory fire, or a ceremonial fire. And you can just say nightclubs instead of nightclub parties, and once again, let's not say secrets. As for a survey conducted by the British Youth Association, the youngsters, not goongsters, the youngsters prefer to spend the majority of their leisure time with friends outside of the home. Therefore, such mindsets, the prevalence of such mindsets, don't use slashes, just pick a word and tell us which one it is. Therefore, such mindsets have disturbed family life considerably in recent years. Considerably, because when we say badly, we're saying it is bad. I say it's bad, therefore it is bad. But we're trying to speak objectively. We want people to adopt our ideas, so we must keep opinion out of it and accept for where it asks. So in the intro and the conclusion, it's best to keep your opinion in there. To conclude from the examples and arguments, I completely agree that with the inception of technology in modern lifestyles, so we do not need this preposition, or we don't need this. I completely agree that with the inception of technology in modern lifestyles, something nurtures the family life. So I think we need to get rid of this. I completely agree that the inception of technology and modern lifestyles nurtures a happier family life. Now that makes sense. Nurtures a happier family life. However, we can change this situation by settling down some family gatherings. So this is an A here. Gatherings, not gatherings. Gatherings. Like barbecues on weekends, or picnics, or camps. So we could just say family gatherings on weekends, like barbecues, picnics, or camping. Let's tidy up those sentences. But they were great. No, for your first essays, I'm really impressed. Get your next answers into us as soon as possible, along with your corrected versions of these essays based on listening to this correction, and send your error list, your new essays, and your corrected essays to us as soon as possible. And I'll speak to you again very, very soon, Tara. Bye bye now.